The first high holy day is the Sabbath. Let me start at the top of this verse again. As you see, it says Leviticus 23 now instead of 43, just to show you that Satan be at work with the internet. Anyway, and the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done. Okay, so what was the first day? The new moon, right? Previously, I just pulled all that up. So if you've been following, you understand. We keep the first day of a month. The first day is the new moon. All right. 6 days shall work be done. So you would count. But the 7th, you would count after the new moon. But which the new moon, all right, when the new moon comes in, then the next day at evening, that would be the first day, the second day, so forth. You keep counting every time. All right, the sun goes down every sunset at evening. But the 7th day, all right, and when you get to the 7th day, all right, at evening, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. All right. And holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Lord Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month, right, which we just showed you, right, which I just pulled up. The first month is the month of Abib, or Abayab, all right? It says it is the Lord's Passover, okay? And when you looked up Abib, it said what? March or April. Now I want to do this. All right, I want to do this. Let's go here. Let's see if the calendar's gonna come up here. Nah, that's not it. I gotta type this in. Don't want images. All right. So we want the new moon. All right. All right, so you see here, it says moon phases for Memphis, Tennessee. All right, 2024. So this is where I am, right? It says, so that's why it's giving you Memphis, Tennessee, right? So it says, new moon for March came in March the 10th, right? March the 10th at 4 a.m. All right. So it came in the a.m., which means the sun had already set. All right. Sun had already set. So when you go to the time, that's specific to calling the evening, right? That's specific to calling the evening, okay? And 14 days after would have been the Passover, because this March 10th would have been the first day, all right, of the month. And remember, Abib is around March or April. Okay. Now let's say you started yours in April. Okay, you could do that. You could do that. Why can you do that? You know, it's we're rehearsing the righteous acts. That's the point I'm harping on, right? So this is Colossians 2:16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body of Hamashiach. All right. So if you kept your Passover in April, cool. If you kept it in March, cool. All right. It's you rehearsing, all right, the righteous acts. Okay. Now, I wouldn't advise you keeping it outside of March or April. So the first new moon, all right, in April, if you want to keep it in April, you could keep it in April. All right. The first new moon in March, if you want to keep it in March, you can keep it in March. All right. Which we here at Great Millstone, we kept the Passover in March. We dealt with the new moon that came in March. All right. Again, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. But when we get to the kingdom of heaven, we want to keep everything perfectly. Okay. But remember, in this time, okay, we're going to strive earnestly. The scriptures say, strive earnestly. And they also say, the Lord said this. We have to worship the Lord sincerely. Right? John 4:24. The Most High is a spirit. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is his spirit. All right. These scriptures are his spirit. So when we go into the scriptures, and we search the scriptures, and study the scriptures. We give diligence by going into the scriptures. All right. So that we will be rewarded the favor of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's how we gain salvation, is ultimately salvation is already predetermined. Okay. But in that predetermination, the elect have been given a particular mindset. All right. And that mindset produces true worship. All right. A certain type of fear that forces you to go into the scriptures and get an intimate. This is how you get an intimate relationship with the Heavenly Father and the Son. Okay. It ain't about being deep or none of that. Because a lot of times Jake want to be too goddamn simple. Oh man, that's deep, man. We just, man, for every Saturday sundown, Sunday sundown, man. That's the Sabbath. Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, man. That's the Sabbath, man, right there. Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. Every Friday, Saturday sundown, man. You gonna do it like that. That's how it is, man. Sunday the first day, man. So that means Saturday got to be the seventh day, man. Y'all people goofy, man. You're not studying the scriptures. Ain't no Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. These days are not in the scriptures, right? Which I did a lesson going into that. All right. The days of the week were named in 321 AD, man. All right. Under Constantine. All right. Let's see. Which the first is going to tell you about the Babylonians, who they named the days. All right. But then when we start, here you go. All right. I'm going to read this article real quick. All right. So this is from livescience.com. It says, as the days pass, the cycle of the week shapes how we live our lives. Have you ever wondered why is a week 7 days long? How about where the names of each weekday come from? The 7-day week originates from the calendar of the Babylonians, which in turn is based on Sumerian calendar. Now, the Babylonians didn't speak English, obviously, right? Duh. It says, which in turn is based on a Sumerian calendar dated to 21st century BC. Even 7 days corresponds to the time it takes for a moon to transition between each phase: full waning, half, new, and waxing half. Okay? Because the moon cycle is 29.53 days long, the Babylonians will insert 1 or 2 days into the final week of each month. So they adding. It says Jewish tradition also observes a 7-day week. The book of Genesis, and hence the 7-day account of creation, was likely written about 500 BC. During the Jewish exile, the Babylonian Assyriologists such as Frederick Delitzsch and Marcello Craveri have suggested that the Jewish inherited the cycle of 7 days from the Babylonian calendar. Nah. Which we were taken into Babylonian captivity, but long before we were taken into Babylonian captivity, we were keeping our feast according to the moon. The new moon was the first day of the month again, and every high holy day revolved around those new moons or new months. All right. A 60-year-old grandmother designed, so what the fuck? Salakia. What? Salakia. The Romans also inherited this system from Babylonian tradition, though they didn't begin using it until the instatement of the Julian calendar in the 1st century BC. Up until this point, the Romans had used the nundical cycle, a system they inherited from the Etruscans. This was a market cycle of 8 days labeled AH on market day. AH on market day. Country folk would come to the city, and city dwellers would buy 8 days worth of groceries. By the time the 7-day week was officially adopted by Constantine in AD 321, the nundinal cycle had fallen out of use. The Romans named the days of the week after their gods and corresponded to the 5 known planets plus the sun and moon. So 5 days of the week are named after Roman gods, and Saturday and Sunday, all right, are named after the sun and the moon. Okay. It says which the Romans also considered planets. It says they considered the sun and the moon planets. To this day, all Romance languages, most familiar, Spanish, French, and Italian, still bear the mark of Roman day names. The exception being Sunday, which now translates to the Lord's Day, and Saturday, which translates to the Sabbath. So you got this shit from the Romans, man. Okay, if you keeping the Sabbath on Saturday, all right, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you're rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord, right? Because the Sabbath, who made the Sabbath day? The Romans or the Lord? All right. The Lord made the Sabbath day. So if you keeping the Sabbath day every Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you keeping it in the spirit of idol worship, not the spirit of truth. Okay. So, I mean, the point's been made, man. You know, I could go on with this, but I'm not. Right? If the Spirit come on me to do a part 2, I'll do a part 2. But I'll end here, right? Psalms 81. Matter of fact, let me go to it in this Bible. Psalms 81. To the chief musician, a psalm of Asaph. Sing aloud unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the power of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, power of Jacob. Lord, will you edify? Call Halayim La Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Baba Hakadash, Kwam Yasharallah, Abba Abba, rise Israel, destroy confusion. Shalom.